Welcome back. In this video, let's take a look at how this courageous Labour MP criticised Keir Starmer's decision in Parliament. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming videos and support our growth. The UK government, led by Keir Starmer, is facing strong backlash from farmers and agricultural organisations after introducing an inheritance tax policy targeting farms valued at over £1 million. This decision aims to increase revenue for the national budget and ensure fairness in the tax system. But it has drawn criticism from many quarters, particularly from those directly affected, family farm owners. While the government remains steadfast in defending this policy, Labour MP Steve Witherden has spoken out strongly against it in Parliament. He warned that the new tax rate could weaken the agricultural sector, threaten food security, and force many family farms to shut down. His remarks have highlighted a significant divide within the Labour Party regarding the implementation of tax policies. MP Steve Witherden, who represents a region with a thriving agricultural economy, expressed his dissatisfaction with the new tax policy. He emphasised that agriculture is not just an economic sector. It is the backbone of countless families who have sustained farming and livestock operations for generations.
It's a pleasure to serve under your chairship, Mr Stringer. I congratulate the Right Honourable Member for Keir Starmer for securing this important debate, which is a major concern for many of my constituents in Montgomeryshire and Glyndŵr. Farming is at the heart of Wales' social fabric, playing a vital role in our economy, food security and our stewardship of the beautiful Welsh countryside. On Saturday, I met with representatives from the FUW in Llansilin and NFU Cymru at a farm in Llanerfel to discuss the ongoing challenges that farmers are facing. Farming is currently the least profitable sector of our economy, and changes to APR are having a significant impact on family-run farms. A lifelong farmer in my constituency raised her children on her 220-acre farm. Although considered small, the farm is valued at over £1 million. Her 48-year-old son, who has farmed alongside her since the age of 18, had hoped to take over the farm. His young daughters now share his passion. Sadly, they now face the prospect of losing the farm they have worked so hard for. Now, let me be clear. I support progressive taxation to ensure that the wealthiest pay their fair share towards the upkeep of our society. In the 21st century, we see individual plutocrats and super wealthy multinationals buying up agricultural land to avoid paying inheritance tax with no intention of using it for farming. This reduces our farmed land, which we can ill afford when we have a fast-growing population in an unstable world. The proposed changes to APR for farmers come on the back of this and more, and feel like the straw that broke the camel's back, or as we would say in Wales, i'r hoelan olaf yn i'r ach, if the Honourable Member for Keir Starmer can forgive my North East Wales accent. These changes to APR risk having a deeply detrimental effect on working family farms. And what's at stake here? Food security. I have repeatedly spoken in the Chamber about my heartbreaking experiences with hungry children and food banks. In recent years, we have seen something many never thought.
The goal of the new tax policy is to ensure fairness in inheritance taxation, as many wealthy individuals purchase farmland not for agricultural purposes, but as a way to avoid taxes. However, the policy raises concerns as it lacks a clear mechanism to differentiate between genuine farm owners and financial investors. Some economic experts warn that unless the policy is carefully adjusted, the number of family farms forced to sell their land or shut down operations will increase, leading to a decline in domestic agricultural production. This could have serious implications for food security, particularly as the UK seeks to reduce its reliance on imported food. Lessons from recent food supply crises have shown that a reduction in domestic production can drive food prices higher and disrupt consumer markets. Experts caution that without adequate government support, this tax policy could unintentionally reduce the number of active farmers and increase the UK's dependence on imported food supplies. Instead of outright opposing the policy, Steve Witherden has proposed several amendments to ensure the tax system does not harm family farms. His recommendations include:
prior to my election in July, I attended 10 hustings. 10 hustings. We do like our hustings in Mid-Wales, and my thoughts on this topic are well known and are on the record. However, I will speak about mitigations. Firstly, can I respectfully request that the Minister considers raising the threshold? If this policy is to target those who buy farmland solely to dodge inheritance tax, then let's make it so. Raise the threshold and actually increase the rate for people like that, so that no family farm is affected. Secondly, can I respectfully request, can I implore the Minister to look at an exemption for farmers who, at the risk of sounding macabre, but to make myself clear, are too late in life to plan for this proposed change. I hope the Minister and the Chair can forgive my emotion when you sit with an elderly farmer and his wife, and with both fighting back the tears, they tell you, if only I could die now, if only there was some kind of pill I could take now, so that my children won't have to worry about this.
The Keir Starmer government continues to defend the new tax policy, arguing that it is necessary to ensure a fairer tax system and to generate revenue to support social programs. Some government officials have claimed that large farms with substantial financial resources are capable of adapting to the new policy, emphasising that the tax primarily targets wealthy landowners rather than small-scale farmers. However, under mounting pressure from public opinion and members of the Labour Party itself, some government officials have expressed a willingness to reconsider the taxation threshold or introduce exemptions for family-owned farms. Organisations such as the NFU, National Farmers Union, and FUW, Farmers Union of Wales, are maintaining their pressure on the government, warning that unless adjustments are made to the policy, hundreds of farms could face severe repercussions, leading to negative impacts on the agricultural economy and the food market.
I mean, I've been covering tractor demos on Whitehall here for a year now, and that's the question. Look, you know, the government is not backing down, so what is going to change? Well, you've got this petition, as you say, which is being debated in Parliament at 4:30 this afternoon. That's had 150,000 signatures over the last couple of months, and they are hoping that petition will drive some... This isn't the first tractor demo we've seen on Whitehall over the last 12 months. Yeah. Tell us why you have decided to come down.
Well, I've come down today, to stand, shoulder to shoulder, united with, farmers from all over the country, against this inheritance tax.
The government says it supports farmers, but that the inheritance tax reforms, introducing that 20% levy over £1 million, is balanced and it is fair. What's your message to the government?
Reverse it. That's the only answer. Abolish it, reverse it, get rid of it.
What sort of impact will it have on you and your farm?
Well, I have a son, two sons, three sons coming through, and, I'm just worried there's going to be nothing left at the end of it for them, The parts of the farm may have to be sold off, to pay the tax.
There's a debate in Parliament today.
Yeah.
Are you hoping that the images that we see here today of you guys leaving the farm, and I know that's a big deal when farmers have to leave work, it's a 365 job. Are you hoping that has a real impact on those politicians?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thousands of farmers gathered at Parliament Square in London to voice their opposition to the new inheritance tax policy. The event, organised by the National Farmers Union, NFU, attracted approximately 13,000 participants, including children driving toy tractors as a symbolic act of protest. Although the organisers advised against bringing farming machinery into central London, a small group of actual tractors paraded through Downing Street, prompting intervention from the Metropolitan Police. Tom Bradshaw, NFU president, addressed the crowd, emphasising that the tax policy could have catastrophic humanitarian impacts on farming communities. Many farmers argue that, while they may own high-value assets, their actual income is low, making it difficult to meet the new tax obligations without selling off parts of their land. According to data from agricultural organisations, annual average incomes range from £17,000 for livestock farms to £143,000 for specialised poultry farms, illustrating thin profit margins despite high land valuations. The government estimates that around 27% of farms in England, approximately 56,700, will be affected by the policy, while the Country Land and Business Association, CLA, suggests the figure could rise to 35%, equating to around 70,000 farms. As of now, there are no indications that the government will revise the tax policy, but mounting pressure from within and outside the Labour Party may compel Keir Starmer to reconsider. The opposition voiced by MP Steve Witherden and the farmers' widespread protests indicate that this policy is not merely an economic issue, but a deeply political one. Without reasonable adjustments, the Labour Party risks losing support from rural voters in the upcoming general election. The question remains, can the government find a solution that balances tax fairness with the sustainable development of the agricultural sector? With the current state of affairs, this issue is set to remain a contentious topic, potentially influencing the UK's tax policies for years to come. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest breaking news.